what it was. Y'all know who it is. And you tuned in with Priceless Knowledge yourself. And I figured I'd put y'all down with a little more cosmic insight for the day. And it's still hump day, but guess what we finna do now? We finna close out this Venus series, y'all. And as I told y'all with the Moon series and the Mercury in the Sign series, man, it's been a pleasure bringing it to you, but you ain't seen nothing yet. We still got to address Venus in the houses. We're going to address aspects, synastry, combinations of signs and planets. Combinations of planets with signs. And we're going to talk about the rising signs or ascendants. We're going to talk about nakshatras. Hey, man, we're going to break into Vedic even farther than that. We're going to break into numerology. We're going to talk about typology, talking about the Myers-Briggs personality types. Hey, man, we finna have it cracking in this new year, man. And it's been a pleasure, man. Y'all bless me with love, support, and encouragement. And I'm going to bless y'all with this priceless knowledge that I've been blessed with, man. And so, it ain't shit. It ain't shit. But guess what? We talked about what Venus was when it was exalted, right? That's in Pisces. So, here today, it's at its detriment. So, here to close out this series, this going to be a little something about those people that have Venus and Virgo in their natal chart. And before I even get to that, man, you already know what the fuck I'm going to do first. I'm going to bring y'all a little bit about Venus in astrology and also give y'all a little bit about the sign of Virgo in astrology. So, with that being said, let's get it cracking. What is Venus? Venus is the second planet from the sun. Matter of fact, it's never more than 47 degrees away from the sun. It's feminine energetically. It rules over the second and the seventh houses of the zodiac chart, as well as the signs of Taurus and Libra. And for me, y'all, Venus is all about pleasure, especially pleasure shared with somebody else in particular. And this planet concerns itself with love, romance, harmony, money, marriages, friendships, business partnerships, and beauty. Yeah. Venus wants to spread happiness and tenderness and at the same time teach us to love and appreciate the shit that we possess. It wants us to indulge our senses and revel in the beauty of the universe. It's inextricably linked to culture, refinement, charm, and grace. And wherever Venus shows up in the chart, it's going to bring a touch of class, in my opinion. Venus wants you to appreciate the exquisite nature of things, and luxuries of all kinds are pleasing to Venus. And as I always tell you, when you fucking with Venus, it's an extremely sensual, not necessarily sexual, but an extremely sensual world. So what's the sign of Virgo? Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac. It rules over the sixth house. It's ruled by Mercury, and it lords over the digestive system. It's symbolized by the Virgin, and its mantra is, I analyze. This is mutable earth, y'all. And when it comes to Virgo, this energy is focused on the details. Yeah. The Virgin likes to be exact, and it's notorious for being extremely picky and critical. But the thing that the Virgo sign is really more about is being of service, whether that to be of self or to others. And wherever it shows up in the chart, it speaks to where we need to pay close attention to the details so that we can be in the best service to ourselves, which in turn will make us be able to be in the best service to others. Mutable earth is also extremely hardworking energy that's tailor-made for the job of helping out wherever it can. And the common traits that come along with it are industrious, methodical, efficient, consistent, routine, and the sense of duty that it bestows always is about the greater good of both ourselves and the universe as a whole. And so, what about these people that are born with Venus and Virgo in their natal chart? When I think of these folks, unassuming, analytical motherfucker with high standards comes to mind. And if you're not a match with them, you know what I'm saying? They're probably going to see it in more practical terms than most people are, They're usually extremely sincere, and they admire people who are genuinely the same. And yeah, they can be critical and they have this little matter-of-fact attitude that comes along with them. But if you're there to serve them, then they're there to serve you. And, if they're criticizing you, it's really probably an attempt to help you better your motherfucking self. So pay attention. And plain and simple, if you can even get a Venus in Virgo person to fuck with you, you might want to consider yourself blessed. Maybe if they don't talk all that shit. But, because they're extremely picky, man. And if you ain't their cup of tea, you ain't getting the time of day. And the thing with them being picky is, as with any Virgo placement, they are extremely detail oriented. And so they be having what the fuck it is they looking for down to motherfucking science and down to the specifics and shit. And if you don't fit the bill, you just don't fit the bill. You know that how on the Truman Show, when Truman was building the picture of old girl's face by all the little magazine cutouts of other people's faces, and he got it down to where, even though it was cutouts of other people, it looked exactly, uncannily like that lady, man. And, that's Venus in Virgo. That's kind of what they see, man. And they always have a picture of what is acceptable to them, and they won't accept anything less. Some motherfuckers don't have a type, but Venus in Virgo, they have a type. And that's specifically. And with them already knowing what the fuck they want, any attention-seeking behavior is just gonna get your ass roasted probably instead of pulled with them, because they already know what the fuck they want. And if they wanted you, I'm not saying you know it, but you ain't gonna have to do no showing your ass. They're attracted to people who are hygienic and intellectually stimulating, and that don't have a lot of nasty ass habits either. I could say that. So if you're going to scoop them up with a whole bunch of motherfucking McDonald's trash and shit in your whip and shit, then you might as well cancel Christmas, man. And, something else, if your ass is going to show up late, they really ain't going to fuck with you either. Cause they really appreciate punctuality and consistency a lot more than most motherfuckers would. Like, that's a big deal to them. In relationships, they kind of prefer to build slowly through mutual respect rather than on the flames of passion, like Venus and Aries that we might have talked about earlier. And sometimes they can be a little too detached and hard to reach on an emotional level. And for shit to ever build anything past surface level, sometimes it's gonna be like pulling teeth. It is. Plus their tendency to criticize can be a motherfucker if it ain't balanced out with ample affection, man. And they're not too affectionate. So that's kind of why Venus is at its detriment. But it ain't all bad. It ain't. It can't be. In intimate situations, once they're comfortable, they're going to want to tend to all the details in serving you sensual delight. And they really want a lover who can appreciate their body in that exact same way. Pisces is about fantasy and what it can't be seen. And so Virgo is about the body and what's tangible and what you can feel. And on a more emotional level, though, they like to be needed and are going to reciprocate that with a consistency of service that is truly unparalleled. And if it seems like they're nitpicking, just remember that they're trying to see you in your highest form, man. And they want the best for both of y'all. Cause I promise you that they're exponentially more critical of themselves than anybody else anyways. And that's a promise. When it comes to their friendships, they got a quiet style with an analytical mind. So they're very selective about who they spend their time with. And they thrive best with other motherfuckers who appreciate their thoughtful care and, their thorough approach to the day-to-day routines. Because, they gonna show up every day. And that's something you gotta respect. for Venus and Virgo people, living healthily is imperative. So if you fucking with them, they're probably that motherfucker that's always telling you what you need to work on or what you need to switch up or what you need to leave alone. And while that can work our nerves, understand that they just want the best, man. Even if they talking all that motherfucking shit, you gotta sometimes be able to put that to the side. And my advice for y'all that do have Venus in Virgo is to stop breaking motherfuckers down before you even give them a shot. Cause maybe you just caught a motherfucker on a bad day, man. Cause you have bad days too, Venus in Virgo. I'm just saying. But it don't matter where you got Venus at, man. It don't matter where you got Mars at. It don't matter where you got Mercury at or your sun, your moon. It don't matter what your ascendant is. Just cause you built like that, it don't mean you have to build like that. You understand? You can leave the negative shit alone. You understand? I appreciate all the love and support. This been some Priceless Knowledge of Self. This concludes our Venus in the Sign series, man. Y'all go check out the whole series. Don't just look at your shit. Go learn about other people. And, you might feel inspired, man. You might feel inspired. You might learn something about somebody you've been dealing with that, might make y'all's relationship be able to go to another level, or y'all might be able to make amends with something. But either way, man, just keep it real. If you're interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. And say, please like, share, and subscribe, man, if you fucking with me. Even if you ain't fucking with this video, hey, man, hit that like button. Help me get in this algorithm so I can help somebody else. Okay? There's been some Priceless Knowledge, man. Y'all keep it real because me and Prince are.